Hey everyone, this is Chris and Tara with Crooked Row. Today we are going to talk about planning for a fall crop because it is that time.
Hmm.
Even though we haven't really finished our harvest, as you can see, maybe kind of see behind us, the garden is in full bloom. It's super great.
I
Um,
just canned 9 quarts of green beans, and that was just from our first picking. So,
Yeah, so it's real exciting when you've got all your crops coming in and you start being able to harvest
yeah,
and can and put stuff away.
yeah.
But in order to be ready to have our fall crops, it's time to start planting again. So what we're going to do is we're going to start planting seed, and we're going to start it inside in our trays, and then once those begin to blossom and bloom and stuff, then we will be able to transfer those and plant those outside.
Well, not when they're blossoming and blooming. It's when they get started, and as we start pulling things that are finished, like corn and green beans, because the green beans will only last a couple more weeks, and then we can pull those plants out. And but if you have space in your garden, you can plant right in the garden. Like we are going to plant
Uh,
probably Landis winter lettuce right in the garden,
mhm.
instead of planting them in trays. There's a few things that we have room for right now, but the things that we don't.
We're gonna do cauliflower. We're gonna do broccoli, cabbage, and spinach.
And different lettuces, and probably some uh, cilantro too. With the cilantro, it's just because we eat so much of it, and if we get a heat wave, it will tend to bolt. So we need to have some waiting in the wings. So we are going to plant those in trays. We want to encourage you to go ahead, and this is the first week of August. So you really need to either start planting your fall crops out there, or you need to get them in trays, because this is the time that you plant for your fall garden.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna seed them, and Chris is gonna fill them with the potting mix that we use, the seed starting mix. And so we're gonna get started on that. And then I think also we're gonna try to up pot our peppermint, and stay tuned for that, because we want to show you some different things on peppermint, because you really have to control peppermint. So stick with us. We'll get this knocked out, and then we'll head to the garden to control our peppermint. we have all of these filled. I'm actually going to have to scrub out some of these. Look how dirty that is. I don't even know if it would get light. But we have these trays filled, and Chris and I are both gonna put these in the grow room under the lights and keep an eye on them so that we can get them out. But we're gonna go ahead and do that because we have completed this task, and then we'll move to the peppermint. Okay, well, Chris and I just finished that. We have everything under lights in the grow room, which I've shown you guys a million times. So I'm not going to show you again. But as you can see right behind me, I am in the Half Moon Herb Garden, and we have pots growing right here, that black pot. And that is our peppermint. I also have spearmint growing in other places, but we're going to concentrate on the peppermint right now. Chris and I, yesterday, we went to Old Time Pottery, and we got the most beautiful pots you've ever seen. They look like something from French country, I don't know, to Italy, something, but I'm going to turn the camera around and show you. So Chris is carrying one of them. I love it. Like, yeah, it has that like rustic look, but it also has like the pine cones right there in the center. And it kind of makes it look like pine cones that they would have done in like, I don't know, a cave drawing or something. But you can put that one over there by its black tub. Okay, so we got more of it's a mix of topsoil and compost is what we're doing. So use about half of that so we can at least, I guess we can go get the sheep stuff if we need it for the other one. But we'll want to kind of mix that. Yeah. And kind of put it, yeah, on the sides so that it can fit. And then we'll just want to like sneak more around the sides. We don't want to bury this top part. We just want to bring it right up to the top. Sides. Yeah. More. I would do a little bit of compost on top so that when it rains, it kind of seeps down into it. Because of all this rain, wow, do we need to weed. It's incredible. Okay, well, there you have it. We went ahead and have potted up both of those peppermints. I really want to encourage you to grow your own peppermint through the winter time. Chris and I, we have tons of peppermint tea, don't we? Mm-hmm, we do. Yeah, and it's so delicious. And there is a sweeter flavor when it's your own. Last year we didn't, I don't think I dried any peppermint, so we had to order it. It's the same thing that I said about the chamomile. Look at my hands. It's the same thing that I said about the chamomile. Is that if you grow your own, the smell and the oils are stronger, and so it makes a much better tea. Even if you're going to use it for like a salve or anything else. So I just want to encourage you also to get your fall plants started, because we are getting our fall plants started. And if you have room in your garden, go ahead and plant in your garden right now too. The first couple weeks, if you're in a zone 6, the first couple weeks of August are fall planting time. So you want to get those out there. Right now, brassicas are a good one too, because remember, they can really take the coolness.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. So they're a great one to plant. So we've got broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, all in the hopper. And as we start pulling out green beans and different things that are ready or finished, then we'll put our plants in. I also want to let you know, and I hope to do this on camera, but I may not. So it just depends. But we're going to also try to plant out. Why are you laughing? Okay. um, I got to hold the camera still. I'm also going to try and plant out more kale and things like that. Our kale has done phenomenal this year.
Yeah, kale's great. Wonderful.
It is. It is. And while I did not weigh the kale that we have produced this year, and I wish I had, I can tell you we've had probably 20 pounds of kale. Easy. I mean, easy. My kids love kale, so I'm going to be planting more kale out into the garden as well, and try to keep these chickens out. So if you're having trouble with critters eating your stuff too, you'll want to start your fall plants now for that reason as well, because you can plant them, know where they're coming up, and cover them. You can cover them too if they're seeds, but it's just easier if you're planting with plants. So
And remember too, like with the kale and some of your different plants, in the fall you're not going to have issues with the caterpillars
the
or as
cabbage
much as
moths and
the bugs that are going to be eating
that's
the
right.
crops.
That's right.
So
That's right.
it's a little bit easier to
That's right.
have that.
That's right. And what Chris had done, as you can see, like right behind his shoulder, um, is that is smart to do, because once peppermint roots, like even where it rooted on us in the places that I was showing you, it's going to grow, and it grows exponentially. So you want to kind of tame that by keeping it in containers and watching for that growth out the bottom, so that you don't have a yard full of peppermint, which if you're not worried about stuff like that, it would smell awful good, right?
Uh-huh.
But so remember, if we can get our fall plants started and pot up our peppermint, anybody
Anybody
can.
can.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.